All right, some civil engineering stuff, some land surveying stuff. We'll move into mapping next week. So we'll just do this first exercise. You probably saw it. Golf course, 3 holes. Okay, I'm gonna create this in AutoCAD. If you don't know what a golf hole looks like, that's all right. You can make up anything you want, but that's an example of a typical golf hole. It has normally, and 4 is pretty extreme, not normally 4. Normally it just has 2 whites and reds. So that's a white tee box. That's where you'd hit the ball from. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced golf before or not, but it's a big thing. Yeah, there you go. And then there's usually a red tee box. So normally there's a fairway. On this hole, there's no fairway, no grass between the tee box and the green. This is the green. And on the green somewhere would be the hole that you hit the ball into, right? These are sand traps. This is the cart path or the walking path. So this goes around every hole and then heads off to the next hole. So if you drive the cart thingy, you have to follow the path. Yours has to have a cart path. So what I want you to lay out is 2 tee boxes per hole. So that's these things. A long and a short. It's usually a red and a white. Okay. You're gonna do a total of 3 holes. The holes can be 75 to 200 yards long. So shorter holes. In AutoCAD, you're gonna draw it full size, right? Full scale. Greens and fairways, so that's the green. There is no fairway because there's water here. But if this water was gone and it was grass, right, from here to the green, that's called the fairway. Okay, but I want it defined like a shape. So essentially, it's a bunch of shapes that you're gonna make. Trees and sand traps required on each hole. So there's trees, right? And there's sand traps. Water hazard each hole, that can be in the way or can be off to the side like this, however you want to do it. Text on the paper, so it's A-size paper, it's small paper for these 3 holes. It's all got to fit on A-size paper. I want 0.125 text. I want you to note the green area, so this would be, there would be text that would say green. Names of the tee box, so red and white. This is the text that's on each hole. And then yardage every 25 yards with contour lines. So this does not show that. But every 25 yards, there'd be a contour line giving you a kind of a scale of the length of the hole. And a cart path. That's it. So in AutoCAD, there's a few skills to use. Hope that was the right one. I think that was the right one. You're going to definitely want to do it in US. There's no real way to input units of yards. Whoops. But in units, you can definitely set it to architectural and put in feet. So you don't want to do in inches. That's going to be huge, right? But feet works. We know there's 3 foot to a yard. We should be able to figure that out. Okay, so that's the first thing, is get your units set to something comfortable. The second thing is you're going to want to zoom back and you're going to want to set a scale kind of to your zoom. So the way I do that is I just draw a line. So if I wanted 100 yards, that would be 300 feet, right? So since I'm inputting, I can input 300, but that's going to be inches. So even though you've set it to feet and inches, it's going to assume inches unless you put in the apostrophe. If you put in the apostrophe, it'll do feet. So this will be 100 yards or 300 feet. Hit enter, right? So I zoomed back far enough that this scale is going to work. So maybe my, my golf hole will be, there'll be a green here. We don't want to use circle, so you're going to want to use a little more creative tools like spline. There's S-P-L-I-N-E. Oops. Uh-oh, it's stuck. spline. And spline allows you to pick a series of points, and you'll see what it does. It starts to find like the least path of resistance. As I click and I choose spots, it's going to create this curve. It's not super easy to control it. And you don't want to escape when you're done. You want to hit enter. So it does that. So notice it didn't clean up that end piece. You can do that a little bit by dragging nodes around and making it look a little better. So once you get it chosen, however you want your green to look, you can create it, right? Now, if you want to get more precise, then you would put in some markers. Like maybe I want my green to be just 100 feet wide, right? So that'd be that size, be kind of small. So maybe I just need a marker that way, and maybe I'll make my green, you know, I don't know, 75 feet in depth, kind of thing. So if you have markers, then it's easier to put things kind of on those markers. That might need to just make a new spline. Oh, I'm getting it. Kind of drag it in. But this gives you some control over space, right? Where before I was just guessing. I don't know, something like that. So that I think is 100, right? 100 feet wide, 75 feet deep from that upper point there. And then of course you're going to get rid of these. So that gives you a little more control over what you're making. Okay. Then, you know, after you get water feature, your sand traps, try not just to use circles. Circles just don't look good for the golf course, but I mean, you can use a few. They're rarely completely circular, none of it. So, all right, let's talk about, notice the water's kind of hatched blue. So hatching is a good thing to use in this exercise. So I use B hatch, boundary hatch. I already have grass set up, but there is grass in here, so you can make this grass. You might maybe have to change the scale a little bit, right? And you can also set up a color to it and a background. So color and a background. So I have both of those set. Yellow color, the hatch color is going to be white, and then a pattern, but I need to adjust the scale. So see what 100 does. That's looking better. So maybe yellow is not the best choice for grass. There we go. Right? So you could do something like that for your green, something different for your fairway, something different for your water feature, and maybe even something different for the cart path, right? Because all of this is done in AutoCAD. And we want ours to look somewhat similar. So spend some time, play with the hatches, play with the hatch scale, play with the background color. Yeah. Yeah, you get to create your own complete golf course. Just 3 holes. You don't have to do 8. But that was a little much. Just 3 holes, but you do got to fit it. You got to get it onto the piece of paper. So you're going to want to set up a layout. Use your template maybe. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. Wow, we can't modify. Maybe have it saved. Let's try this. Stops. Wow, I don't know why it won't do that. Okay, let's go to it. That works. Oh, got to be in it. Modify it. It's already set to the right size paper, right? So that's good. So you're going to want to get that scale right away. So right grid. So in here, you're gonna wanna set this scale up and figure it out. It's gonna be a really big scale. Potentially you'll have to make a custom scale. So 1 to 100, not even close. And then the smallest one, I think, is this, 128 to 1. Oh, that would work. That probably work. So 128 to 1 may work. You gotta get 3 holes on there, but I think maybe you could if that was, 1 hole here, 1 hole here, and 1 diagonal or something, right? Yeah, on the same paper. I want all 3 holes on the same paper. So I was trying to make you like really have to scale. So now that I know 128 by 1 should work, just going back through everything, we need to set up our dimension style to annotative. And then of course, modify it as you need for dimensions if you're going to place dimensions. And then also your text style. So that's this top one. So any text you place, you want annotative. Paper text height, I think I said 0.125. Right? You can play with the font if you want. There's a bunch of fonts, and as you click them, it'll show it to you. So, city blueprint is a very common one for civil engineers. Where's that one at? Down, alphabetical, CITY. See it. City blueprint right there. So it kind of looks like that. Or remember, you can change the width factor on text, on some text, not all fonts except width factor, but like you can spread it out 1.25. And it spreads this out. You can tighten it up, 0.8, tightens it up. So that's kind of fun. Set it out to 2. That's a little much, 1.5. Yeah, something like that. Definitely want it annotative. I'll set it current. And close. Then get your scale matched up. And then when I place text, single line of text, it should go up at a decent size. So that's, just want you to go through that over and over and over. So that's very intuitive. But yeah, that means the font will show up and be an 1/8 inch on the piece of paper. So remember, if you place that in the hatch area first, I'll modify this to just say green. If you place it in there first and then do your B hatch, it will not go over the top of your text. So it looks pretty pro. Let's see what else. That's good. Green area, names of T boxes. Yeah, I think you're set. Oh, contours. I was going to talk about contours. So contours usually follow, like if this was the green, I don't remember what, put my construction line back in at 300 feet or 100 feet, 300 feet would be 100 yards, right? So contour lines every 25. So I might start with spline, say that's where the T box is going to be, and maybe run one of my splines through it, kind of like that. And again. So there's my T-box contour. I probably wouldn't leave it there, but then you can offset. Right? And so if I want it every 25 yards, that's going to be 75 feet. And just offsetting this, right, gives me my contours that are every 25 yards. And then I'd probably use spline. Oh my gosh, SP. And I just come through here and just kind of break it up a little. Don't want that. Hey, that escape button hits me every time. I only wanted that so I could run a trim. So you gotta be kind of careful with spline because it'll trim in weird spots like that, just trimmed in weird spots, but I should be able to. I can extend, makes it look a little goofy. I don't like it. I like that one. I like that one. And then maybe offset again. Anyway, you'll play with it. But getting the country lines in is not too difficult. Rid of my sand trap. Questions? Pretty straightforward. I think you got it. 3 of those. You don't need this text here. So this is like a card that gets handed out to golfers. We're not making that. We're just making a little map. Tuck your 3 holes in together somehow and run your cart path through the whole thing, because that's how it works. You would stay on your cart path and you would head off to the next hole. All right, that's it. If we get some good weather next week, we'll fly the drone, take some pictures and do some mapping. So you might want to be here next Tuesday if we want to fly the drone. If it's not snowing.